So today we can hear about spiritual master. This is the biggest chapter of all chapters. So I thought there is Agastya was coming now. So, Srila Prabhupada says, the question is, where should we repose our faith? Is it loud enough when I speak like this? My voice is not anymore, or was never. Hare Krishna. If you turn back afterwards, because our sannyasis, they have, without mic, enough power to chant. Srila Prabhupada says, we should give up topics about the material world and repose our full faith in the spiritual master's words. Because without the spiritual master's mercy, our anatas cannot be destroyed. It is echo. Do you have a wow wow also? No? Yes, we must accept our spiritual master. Is this so? One can hear. So without the spiritual master's mercy, our anatas cannot be destroyed. We must accept our spiritual master as the only means by which we can go back to Godhead. He is our only eternal well-wisher. Faith means full confidence in the Guru's words. We do not rely on the words of so-called gurus, religious reformers, or pretenders. All our inauspicious qualities will be vanquished simply by associating with sadhus. By such association will attain pure devotional service. Therefore we should rely implicitly on Sri Gurudeva in order to approach and serve the Absolute Person. A sadhu is one who will relieve us from all battling doubts. A sadhu gives the highest good. We should make friends with such a guru who truly wishes our highest good. If perchance we meet such a true guru, we cannot help but be saved and reach our goal. Such a guru will always supply and enrich us with transcendental knowledge and service. There's a question about Jesus. If Jesus Christ was a Jagat Guru and his instructions capable of bringing us deliverance, why do we need a spiritual master? Oh, yes. There's one church in Vienna, I am the only way. It is truth, yeah. In one sense, maybe. But we will see hear what Prabhupada says. We accept both the universal spiritual master and the initiating spiritual master. By accepting only the Jagat Guru, what is the meaning of? Jagat means universe, yeah. Jagannatha means the Lord of the universe. So by accepting only the Jagat Guru, we may face many anathas. Anathas, everybody remembers. Many separate or many obstacles in our life, in our material life. So, and we think that we not require an initiating. So, if at present we want to follow Christ's order by accepting him as Jagat Guru, and we think that we do not require an initiating spiritual master, we will certainly face the doubt about how well we can follow Christ's orders. The Supreme Lord or Universal Jagat Guru delivers his instructions about the Absolute Truth only through the disciplic succession. As I sit on the bank of the Ganges in Navadvip, far from the Himalayas, where the Ganges originates, and am able to touch her water here, the initiating spiritual master similarly brings the Ganges of pure devotional service, which emanates from the Lord's lotus feet, and places it in my hand on my head. If the flow of the Ganges did not come to me, then because I am an ordinary, powerless, poor person, I would not have been able to climb the Himalayas to touch her water. Or if the flow of the Ganges from the Himalayas was interrupted on the way, I would not have had to face the danger of accepting a polluted flow instead of the pure Ganga. If the instructions Jesus Christ gave 2000 years ago do not come to us through disciple succession, or if we have to sort them out from books, then perhaps we may create a blunder and accept a perversion of the truth, though in the name of Christianity. We may even come to accept something opposite from what he taught, thinking it his actual philosophy. The initiating spiritual master is also Jagat Guru, because he is a manifestation of the original Jagat Guru. Out of his causeless mercy, he delivers the message of the original Jagat Guru through the disciplic succession. He does not cheat nor flatter the disciple, nor does he yearn for any material gain from me. He is simply a messenger of the Absolute Truth. So this seems to be lost, the disciple succession of the Christianities. There were Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to speak about peace in the world, and helping. But I was shocked actually when they in the newspapers they write what his lunch program, what he's eating, the Pope. All different kind of animals, getting killed for his satisfaction. How can he speak about peace? What is this? What power is behind it if he doesn't follow himself? Nowadays, they offer food to the God in a church. I remember as a child, on the Eastern on Friday they are fasting. Fasting means only fish. And on Saturday there's already weeks ago they are butchering so many, they're killing so many animals to get. So how can they expect peace or harmony? Either the priests nor the society. They all have to have no capacity to understand God as He is. Yeah, killing His children. They are same like we, soul. They have different bodies. How can you expect that this is without consequences? That we can just do it, 200 years ago, the Christianity, there was not even accepting ladies have a soul. It is very, very Stone Age, In the whole Shastra, the Vedic Shastra, never you will find something like this. There are so great devotees and lady devotees, very much respected. So they are following this, how they call this, celibacy in the church, in the Christianity. But I was growing up in a village where there was a Math or a monastery. Yes. And they were taking children from the school, the students, and took them to their room. I was shocked. I never have even an idea of such things, They are impossible because they have no understanding. They have no understanding what is spiritual, what is transcendental, who is God. How can they act in such a way? I was shocked. I know so many things on these things. But this is not how to attain. If the disciplic succession is broken, there were many in the past, in the Middle Age, many leaders, popes, those who are very fallen. They are killing in their name. So how can it go? The knowledge come down. Now everybody wants to change this system, or what now is very famous everywhere, these homosexual people or lesbian people. They want to marry, and the church now is changing this. This was never a topic in the Vedic Shastra. It was also present in their time, but they did not speak about these things. This is a private thing. They should do if they think that it's like this. It is, everybody has to pay the price for his acting. So this was not a topic in any. There were even prostitutes in the city of Dwarka, where Krishna was living. And they were worshipping Krishna. They were better devotees as so-called. It was not, this is an external thing. It is the importance, the knowledge of the soul, the realization of soul. This must be proper understood. So there's no external or material considerations, you know. Of course, if you go live in a mutt now, we have to follow certain rules and regulations, because those who have a separate interest, who cannot follow the celibat, they should not live in the temple. They are not coming here to looking for ladies or ladies looking for men. This is not the place for such things. Any question on this? So the next question is there: should we approach the Spiritual Master or Lord Gauranga while holding a return ticket? Should we approach the Spiritual Master or Lord Gauranga while holding a return ticket? If you approach the Supreme Lord, the Spiritual Master, with a return ticket, I mean, you just want his blessing, please bless me so that I can enjoy this world. And then you leave again. Return ticket means running away. First taking shelter and then running away. So we should not approach a Spiritual Master or Lord Gauranga while holding a return ticket. If we once surrender, then we should not go back anymore into the material plane. Those who join the Math with a return ticket do not completely want the Supreme Lord. Does a person who actually wants to attain the Supreme Lord wish to return from there? If we awaken our propensity to serve the Supreme Lord, do we want to give up our direct service to the Lord so we can again become busy serving Maya? Those who have attained spiritual knowledge do not and cannot approach their worshipable Lord with a return ticket. Only those who are puffed up with false ego, who wish to become masters, who have dependents to look after, who adore someone other than God, and who, instead of accepting themselves as the spiritual master's servants, proudly proclaim themselves husbands, fathers, learners, foolish, poor, or rich. These persons suffer anxiety and distress because they are intoxicated with the pride of accepting themselves as servants of their wives, sons, and daughters. That is why the scriptures advise us to approach a spiritual master. In approaching, there is no question of return. The Vedas state that vijnanatham sagurumeva abhikajet. If we want transcendental knowledge, we must approach a bonafide spiritual master. Abhikajet means to take shelter. Any question on this topic? Yes. Those who are not sincerely approach a spiritual master or Gauranga, there's no question of return ticket. You have never arrived there. You see, this is something that nobody can force on one. This is something we, according to our karma, our past activities, we will decide. So basically, those who are choosing now a little bit from them, a little bit from them, a little bit from them, they will not get any benefit from it. They're living like all people in this, or all living beings in this material world. Because they want to be their own guru. I will decide what is right and what is wrong. If this is not hurting, the words of Guru is not pleasing, or it's only pleasing to those who are sincere. For others it is painful or not, or they say, I don't care. It's also one way. But everybody is free, There's no, it's not the only way. Of course, if you want to know God, you have to go the proper way, gone by those, shown the way by those who are already living there. But if we are not ready for this, then we will search, we will find according to our personal needs or desires. We will choose, but this will be this is all what everybody does in this universe. So we will not discover God in this way. How do we achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda, the original Guru? When somebody thinks, I am an expert, this is not a transcendentalist mentality. if we realize that there are no persons as fallen, wretched and unqualified as ourselves in the entire world, then we are eligible to receive the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, the original Guru. We have to understand the difference of thinking. I am expert, or I know what is right and wrong. This is not a transcendentalist mentality. But you will, on one day, when you go on, when you are sincere, you will realize that there are no persons, or your mentality is like this. There's no person as fallen as myself, wretched and unqualified as ourselves in the entire world. Then we are eligible to receive the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, the original Guru. If we live with the spiritual master out of pretense, we may find ourselves in trouble. Similarly, if we live away from the spiritual master, we may also be in trouble. But if we maintain staunch faith and love for our spiritual master and the Vaishnavas, we will certainly be benefited regardless of whether we stay with them or live far away from them. So this is transcendental understanding, or this comes close. There is no distance to the spiritual master. Either I am on the moon or in any place of this universe, or I'm in somewhere in America and he's in India. Those who have understood, they can realize there's not such thing as distance to the spiritual master. Because spiritual master is not the body. He is like Krishna, he is present. He is the manifestation of Super Soul. Super Soul is everywhere. So it depends on us. If I want his association, I can get it. If I do not want that, mostly because we are not acting properly. This is the reason why we are not able to come to the higher understanding or higher level of getting his association. One day a gentleman's son suddenly came to see me. He had passed his entrance examination. He was so detached that he wore a piece of old cloth that only came to above his knee. He came like this every day for a few days. At the time I was residing in Shimayapur and arranging for property. On seeing my activities, he lost faith in me and went elsewhere. So he thought, how can a guru, a spiritual great personality, look for property to build a temple? Then he fell into bad association and became degraded. Therefore, if we want to measure devotees simply by their external appearance and not by understanding their actual intentions, we will certainly bring ruination on ourselves. Do we attain, one question, do we attain everything by taking shelter at the feet of a bonafide spiritual master? by taking shelter of the spiritual master's lotus feet, we can attain everything, including Krishna's holy name and the mantras in relation to Krishna. But unless we have a strong service attitude towards our spiritual master's lotus feet, we cannot realize these transcendental topics. Unless we take shelter of our spiritual master with firm faith and devotion, and proceed on the devotional path under his order, we cannot attain real auspiciousness. The materialists are naturally fond of dry arguments. No one can understand devotional service by following the path of dry argumentation. Unless we take shelter of a Vaishnava, spiritual master, and execute devotional service under his guidance, we cannot properly utilize our own good intelligence. Therefore the Shastra state, Guru padashrayas tasmat Krishna dikshadhi shikshanam vishampena guru seva sadhu vadmanu varitatam. First, one should take shelter of a bonafide spiritual master. Then he should take initiation and transcendental knowledge from him. He should serve his spiritual master with faith and devotion and follow in the footsteps of a saintly person. From Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. On this, something. Someone wants to know something about this topic. Now is the question. Can we immediately attain Srimati Radharani's lotus feet? It is not that Sri Radharani is not present. Even now we can attain her lotus feet and service. If we can see the beauty of Sri Radharani's two nails at our spiritual master's lotus feet, we no longer think about where we will find Sri Radharani. If we are fortunate enough, we can attain service to and darshan of Sri Radharani's lotus feet in the darshan of our spiritual master's lotus feet. Because he is non-different from Sri Radha and very dear to her. In Madhurya Rasa, the spiritual master is an intimate gopi friend of Sri Radharani. He is not different from the daughter of Vrishabhanu. Only the sincere disciple of a spiritual master in Madhurya Rasa can attain the darshan of the beauty of Sri Radha's two nails in the form of their spiritual master. Only the intimate disciple of a spiritual master can realize that their spiritual master is a manifestation of Sri Radha, but that he is non-different from the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. Nobody understood this now. No, okay. Oh, what is the difference between my spiritual master and me? Not different. I am more insignificant than the most insignificant. And the spiritual master who is always engaged in serving the Almighty is greater than the greatest. But the spiritual master also sings like this. I am the most insignificant of all insignificant. But he thinks about his spiritual master, he is the greatest of the great. Even he thinks also, I am the most insignificant. I am more insignificant than the most insignificant. And the spiritual master who is always engaged in serving the Almighty is greater than the greatest. Okay, time is over. Sleeping time or already? Somebody awakened? Yeah. Anything to say? No. How can we? This was Harikesha's when he asked question. How can we? He forbid even this, you know. No, how can we question? I would be happy if someone asked, how can we? They were different of different caliber. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.